Okay, I'm here with Genaro Fessia, who is the head coach of men's rugby at Belmont Abbey College near Charlotte, North Carolina. Genaro, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
I am from Córdoba, Argentina. I started playing rugby on my 6 years old in Córdoba Athletic Club, and I, re- I retired from rugby when I was 34 in the same club. In the middle, I play for Argentina, for Pumas, for our national team. I played the Rugby World Cup in New Zealand 2011. Um, in the middle, I play in Surrey Sharks in London Wasps in England in Premiership, and also during 3 years I played the Vodacom Cup in South Africa. Um, and also I had the honor to play for Barbarians International in 2007. Uh, and yes, and I retired in 2014 because an injury, unfortunately, and I started coaching a couple of years after because I need time to uh, I need time to how do you say to process that because I wasn't ready for the retirement. Uh, but I started coaching in my club. I started coaching in the under 17s, and I like it. I look and I find a way to share all my experience to the guys. So that's why uh, I start coaching and I continue coaching because I feel like I have a legacy. I have a legacy to share with the guys. Uh, and also before coming here, I was coaching in one of the high performance center of the Argentina Rugby Union for 3 years.
Okay, and tell us about your time at Belmont Abbey College. How long have you been there? How long have you been head coach?
So I started working here 3 years ago. Uh, I started as an assistant coach. I was assistant for a year and a half, and since last year, I promoted to head coach. And yes, was different because the challenge is completely different that my experience in rugby in Argentina or in the rest of the world. Here you have a huge mix of culture, huge mix of rugby knowledge, and as a coach, my challenge is try to make it work. Uh, and at the beginning was I know it's a rough, but it was different. But now I find a way to approach the guys, and I am enjoying a lot the experience.
Oh, great. And tell us a little bit about the Belmont Abbey rugby program, how long it has existed, what division you play in.
So the program was started in 2020, but during COVID, because COVID, this first year nothing happened. So technically, this is the fourth year of competition. So they start competing in 2021. Um, so of course, because it was a new program, they start competing in Division Two. When I came here 3 years ago, we were in Division Two, and with 23 players in the roster. Uh, After winning twice our conference in Division Two, we were promoted to Division One last year. Now we have a 60-man roster competing in Division One, and with a lot of how to say, expectation for our future because our growing was is so fast, and now we are in a process to consolidate the team.
Can you tell me about any recent honors or accomplishments that the team has had?
So yes, last weekend we compete for the CRCs. CRCs are the seventh national tournament. We played in Washington, D.C., and which finished fourth in the nation. For us, is a huge achievement. So, because in our 15 men's roster, we have 11 freshmen. So we compete with a really young squad, and the guys did it really good. So it was a huge achievement for them. So I am really proud.
Great, thank you. With respect to recruiting, I know that you
Yeah.
talk to a couple hundred boys every recruiting cycle. What is the thing that you look for that sets apart someone that makes you want to have them on your team?
So like athletic profile, I like the guys who are open to learn, who wants to learn, uh, the guys who have the deserve to compete and to improve all the time. But also, uh, I like the guys who are humble, hard workers, who can listen and who can, and the people who can talk too. Because for me as a coach, the feedback is very important, because every people is different. So maybe something works for you, but not for the others. So, and I think that's one of the key of our program is the communication between the coaches and the player. It's not
Funny,
just one. It's not just one direction of communication.
both
It's
ways.
in both ways. Exactly.
It's funny. So often when I ask that question, coaches answer with all of these sorts of things and never talk about rugby because it's
Mm.
more the whole person, the whole player, than just what they can do on the pitch.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Because exactly is when you're applying. You show interest in communication. Keep the coaches updated about your situation. Ask to the coaches. So if the coach has to chase you, has to send you three, four, five emails to to make you respond a question, uh, and for us, it's a red flag, and it's easy to say this guy he doesn't care, or maybe if he's coming, he's a guy who's not going to have any kind of commitment with the team. So uh, yeah, we have a couple of ways to realize if the guy is a good candidate or not, and
Great.
this one is one of them.
Super. Let me just take a look at my questions. I will cut all these bits out.
If,
But
if some of the question my English is really bad, send me and I start again.
okay, I'll let you know if I don't follow something.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
at Belmont, you play 15s and you play 17s. Could you tell 17s? At Belmont Abbey, you play 15s and sevens. How does your season run?
So in fall we play 15s. Now we have two teams because we have a 60-man roster. But the team changes every week. Depends injury, depends the strategy, and depends the academic side. So every Monday we practice all together and we nominate the squad for the rest of the week. So that's how it works in fall. In spring is is uh, the seventh season, but also we play 15 because in the seventh squad is not everybody involved. And I understand as a coach, if I want to develop a player, he needs minutes in the field. So I can't have a player 6 months just doing fitness or playing touch because he doesn't have competition. That's why uh, here the school understood that, and that's why this year we start competing 15 in the spring also.
What does your practice schedule look like? When are you in the gym? When are you training? When is the captain's run?
So we practice 4 times a week. So if you have a game on Saturday, we practice last fall or this season we practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, Friday team run, and Saturday game. Um, Also, we have extra skill sessions. So if we identify a couple of guys who needs to improve in some area, so we make little groups and and we have extra session with them. Um, we have as a team three lifting sessions, uh, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evening. And for the guys who can go to the lifting or they want to do extra liftings, we have open hours at noon and at night. So they have the time to do there. And and also we have a lot of we use a lot the resource of the video or the video analysis. So also we have every week with a group of players individual video review, because I think as a coach and because when I was a player it was very useful for me to talk about the game. So prepare clips for the player. We talk about their decision in the field and and keep working on them with that.
Great, thank you. So there's a lot of rugby in one form or another.
Oh yeah, yeah. We invest a lot of time, and and I say always to the guys. So if you want to improve, I talk about us. If you want to improve here, you have all the resources to do it. If you don't want, okay, but we're not going to invest energy on you if you don't want to improve. If you want to improve, we are here. We are the whole day, almost. You have your training room, you have your recovery room, you have whatever you need to be better. You know, many people deserve to be better, but no everybody has the commitment to do it. So it's a huge difference between say something and take action.
So if you were going to give somebody one piece of advice about how to get recruited, what would it
Uh,
be?
oh yeah, sorry.
How do you get the coach's attention? How do you keep the coach's attention?
So um, of course, provide to the coaches clips, good clips, because sometimes it's difficult to identify the player. Uh, for the first approach, highlights works, but if you have a full game, is better for the coaches to 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 know deeper about you. Learn no how you say
Again.
to yeah, yeah, yeah. So ask me again the question. Sorry.
Okay, so the question was, if you want to get recruited, what do you need to do to get a coach's attention and keep the coach's attention?
So to get the coach's attention is prepare highlights, works. Needs to be you need to be easy. You need to be easy to identify, because sometimes the quality is not good enough, or maybe you are not pointing in the highlights, so you have 30 players in the field, so sometimes it's difficult to watch. But also, it's important to have full games, because it's different what you can show in a highlight and the reality in the full game. So that's very important too. And 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 about the communication is keep in contact. If the coach has to chase you, has to ask you everything, has to wait for you for everything, it's tough for us, because you need to consider you are not the only one who are we talking with. We are talking with so many guys. So and you can make the difference if you keep in contact with the coach, and if you show interest in the program. So for us as a coach, if you make the effort to keep in touch, for us it makes a huge difference.
Right. What do you see as the role of international players on your team?
um, they're very helpful. In our program we have the 50% of the squad are international, so from different countries, and they're very helpful when we try to develop the culture of the program, because most of them they came for they came for rugby nations, and they start playing rugby when when they were very young. So they have experience in a club, in a rugby club, and here, unfortunately, it's not very common. So for us, they are a good support when we're trying to develop the culture of the program. Of course, in the game also, their IQ is different because they have more experience in the field. And again, they are very helpful to help us to develop the local rugby players to bring them better sooner.
What do you think is the biggest challenge for the international players when they come to America?
Um, so here the system is set up to so they don't it's really good. The setup, everything is set up so they they don't need anything at the beginning, but of course they are very far from home. Most of them, they're very young, and it's tough in that point. So that's why I always recommend when they are talking with the coaches, try to talk with the players too, to your future teammates, because I think that's the best way to realize if that school is the best school for you, because uh, you can ask them how is their real experience as a student, as a player, as a teammate in that school. Uh, because we are coaches. I'm not living here. I'm not going to class. So yeah, I can show you one part of the reality here, but not the whole package. So that's why I always recommend to the um, recruits to talk with our players. Um, and I think that's the biggest challenge. The the adaptation process is try to identify the right place, and of course, uh, if you don't like something, you can request the transfer, but uh, maybe you lost an year, to find a good place. So that's why I think make your search properly, communicate more with the coaches, communicate more with your future teammates, and I think that's the way to uh, keep frustrations.
Great, thank you. Could you tell us a little bit about Belmont Abbey College?
As a college,
Mhm.
um, so it's a Catholic school uh, from uh, from Charlotte area. We are in Belmont. We are 15 minutes away from Charlotte downtown. It's a small school. We have 1,600 students. Uh, on campus, we have 1,000 students, and I think it's not exactly, but I think the 70% of the students who are on campus are athletes. So it's a very, very athletic environment here. It's a very quiet campus, so it's good to focus in the academic. But also, we are 15 minutes away from Charlotte downtown. It's a very important city. So if you need to have fun, you have Charlotte 15 minutes away. And I understand I was 20 years, many years ago, and that's part of the experience too, not just a school in the middle of nowhere. Um, what else? It's a very academic school for us. If you're coming here, you're coming to study. I love rugby. I love the sport. I love the culture, but you need to you need to develop yourself academically because you need it for the future. So that's why if you're coming here, we're going to focus in your academic. We are going to track your academic. So uh, for us, the academic is very important. And what else? Uh, I will say it's a very friendly school. It's a small community. Everybody knows each other, and and I think all the guys who are living here, they are enjoying the school.
That's great. What is your big goal for next season?
Next season, so as I told you before, oh, I didn't tell you, we are the youngest team in Division One. So basically, technically last season we compete with a under 20 team in an under 23 tournament. So the physicality was our challenge. So our goal for next year is consolidate the team. Keep growing with the guys, keep develop their IQ, because with a very young squad last season we did really really good. So now we will have one more year of learning, one more year of maturity. So our expectations are huge on that.
Super.